what are some other tools, ways, experiences you've had that have helped boost your confidence? And yeah, I think confidence, I'd say it's the least discussed barrier to leadership. I think people say things like, that's what I think too, is that I think there's a shame attached. So people don't get ashamed that they're too busy. There's almost a badge of honor about being busy. I think people feel really ashamed of their lack of worth and a bit of that imposter syndrome and just feeling like I haven't earned my seat here. So I actually think there's a lot of people out there who probably are internalizing a lot of this stuff and are looking for ways to build confidence. What are some of your other ways that you'd recommend that they build their confidence?
Get a coach. Obviously, having someone external from the business helped me, because some of the things, when you get internally promoted and you work your way up through a business, I think they're the people sometimes that are the least confident. And for me, that was the case. And I've seen it time and time again in other businesses. Oh, do I deserve it? Or, are they just being nice and things like that? So I felt working with someone who wasn't the CEO of the business gave me an opportunity to share all my fears without feeling like I was exposing myself and just telling my boss that I feel like I completely can't do this job. But, I didn't want doubt. So she probably knew that. She was smart enough to know that. And that's why she made sure I had someone external of the business to talk to and help me grow in this space. Not silly. So I think having an external coach really helped me, because it was a safe place. And then I was able to go back and try put our work into practice and then sort of report back and grow in that space. The other thing is I had to swallow my pride a little bit. I think that I spent years, even at Ambleside, and even probably when I first come to 5L, not wanting to say, hey, I don't understand this, for fear that I did look incompetent. So I would say to others that if you've been promoted into a role, the people that promoted you believe in you. They know your weaknesses already. They know where you're going to need extra support. And from you going to your boss or your CEO, your manager, whoever you're working with, and saying, hey, I don't actually understand this. Can you walk me through it? Doesn't mean you're not confident. It just means that you need to, grow and get more learning to be able to succeed. And I think any boss, and it took me a while to understand this, appreciates that. Don't expect to know every tiny little aspect of your role when you commence into it. And if you don't ask the questions, you're actually never going to learn. So swallowing my pride and starting to put my hand up to say, actually, I don't understand this. Can you talk me through it? I think was the biggest game changer for me to build my confidence in my role. And that's when I actually started to learn everything. Because all of a sudden I wasn't pretending that I knew everything. I was actually getting all this information into my brain that allowed me to become a much better general manager and have a much broader understanding of the business.
Kind of liberating too, isn't it? When you go, I know that you know what I don't know. That's it's like you don't think I'm this and I'm actually here. I've just told you that I'm here and you now know I'm here. And so we're all on the same page, and it's like it feels kind of liberating, I reckon.
It is really liberating. And just the first time you do it and you realize that other person is not judging you on it, and that they're actually turn into this mentor and support for you to help you grow in that space, then all of a sudden you'll end up like me saying, I don't get it every 2 seconds. But I think having that open relationship with the management range, that will build your confidence, being brave enough to admit when you don't get it. And just probably the biggest thing is pushing boundaries. So, for me, that even sitting in here doing this, you're pushing boundaries right now. Me sitting in here doing this, it's not, that's not my, natural comfortability factor, sitting on video and talking. And I think having set goals and, having you as my counsel as far as pushing me all the time, you just start to get more and more confident the more you do things and the more you push yourself outside your comfort zone.
But yeah, I think the subtext of that though is that you can get support and you can get guidance and you can kind of get as prepared as you can, but ultimately you do need to take small leaps, don't you? Like there's no way of making leaving your comfort zone feel easy. It sounds deceptively simple, but I think it's, you just got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And the more you
Yeah.
can do that, the more you grow, right?
Yep, absolutely. And there's times when you've said, can you do that? No, for my initial, or, I'm scared about that, or I'm really uncomfortable with that. And we work through that, and then I do it. And, I'm high-fiving in the hallway. But there's nothing better than succeeding when you're outside your comfort zone. Then all of a sudden it's not outside your comfort zone anymore. And then we're moving on to the next challenge. And I'm sort of continually growing as a person and growing as a manager.